Alright, hello and welcome. Diablo 3, Season 27, I believe. And this is take 3. I've messed up the past 2 recordings I made. So this is try number 3. Let's hope I don't mess this one up. So this season I'll be playing the Wizard. I might play the Witch Doctor later on, but after I get done with the Wizard. But I don't know. The Witch Doctor just didn't look like it was going to be any. It didn't look like there was going to be any difference between this season's Witch Doctor and last season's Witch Doctor. And the Necromancer was the other one I was thinking about playing, but it looks so different. Well, I'll take that back. It looks different, but I don't know if this season is going to be any different from previous seasons, because some of the builds for the Necromancer seem really powerful, and I don't think that any of the changes they made are going to change any of that. So I'm going to go with the Wizard. And so the thing that they have this season are going to be Sanctified Items. So we're looking right here. Sanctified Items will give an item an ability, as well as making it into, I think for all intents and purposes, a primal item. At least as far as the stats go. I don't know about the actual ability of the item, but the legendary power anyways. But so these are the 3 abilities that you could get for a Wizard Sanctified item. You can go in, you can read all the other ones if you want to. So you can either do a little bit more damage with a build that has Storm Armor. I don't know, it says it's going to do significant damage to an elite or a boss. I have no idea how much damage that is, because that's probably the only thing that matters with this ability. If it's just a little bolt and it's only once every 30 seconds, so who knows, this might not do all that much at all. But you could get one for Arcane Orb. Looks like it's just going to do more Arcane Orb damage. Or you could get Magic Missile, and this is the one I'm kind of excited for. Your Magic Missile now fires 10 missiles and gains the effect of the Seeker Rune. So that could be nice. That's one I'm hoping to get and use. Here's another change that they've made. Guardians. I have no idea how good this is. You're going to take a little bit of reduced melee and missile damage based upon your items' bonuses to your stats. So it's not just your stats, it's only your bonus damage, bonus stats from items. So I mean, I don't know how much we're talking about. 5%. I don't know how much it is, but it's not your intelligence or vitality. It's whatever items bonuses are for that. So this might be like, who knows, 3%. I don't know. Doesn't look like all that much. But an extra 100% of your base. So it's going to double your bonuses for intelligence and vitality from items. Once again, how much is that turn out to be? I really don't know. How much of a bonus is that going to be? I'm not really sure. So I don't know. We'll see. So let's go down to the Wizard. Okay, so, I mean, you can read all these, and if you're watching this, you probably already have read all of them. They really didn't change up Delsa all that much, I don't think. They previously had Meteor in here, and they added Meteor to this, which meant you could combine it with some of 2 pieces of Talrasha to make kind of, I thought, would be an interesting build, but they took it away. They took away Meteor. I don't know if it was overpowered. I don't know. I didn't do anything with the PTR. Maybe they tested it out and it just found it was too powerful. I don't know. Anyways, they took out Meteor, and that was what I was really excited for this season, but I took it out, so it is what it is. So the ones that I'm looking at, because of the Sanctified ability with Arcane Orb, that could be a possibility here with Delsa. Let's go down here actually. Okay, basically what this means for the two-piece anyways, it used to be this build Delsa used to be a little clunky because it was a little difficult to keep enemies taking the big bonus damage because they had to be within a slow time spell, and you had to actually physically cast it usually, and it was a little clunky. Well, now enemies are always going to be taking the big damage. You shoot them, you hit them, a slow time goes up around them, they start taking the big damage. So that's good. That clunkiness from Delsa is gone. A little bit extra teleport is good. They increased the damage reduction to 75%, so that's nice. I think they only took away Wave of Force, and I believe they added on Arcane Torrent. I think those are the only two switches that they made. I honestly don't 100% remember. So, so there is a lot of potential here in this right here as far as what would be the best. I don't know what it is going to be. Could be an Arcane Orb build, especially with the new Sanctified ability, Sanctified Power. Now that you've got actual Arcane Torrent, I don't know if you can do something with this or not, like with Death Wish or something. Maybe not. I don't really know, because I don't think you had any channeling spells on here before. I honestly don't remember. I don't remember if Arcane Torrent was part of Delsa before, and you can't find out unless I guess I could just Google it and see what it used to be, but I honestly don't remember. So yeah, so Arcane Orb, of course, Energy Twister is still an option with Delsa, but it's always been an option, right? So, it was never really that great. The only benefit is now your enemies are guaranteed to take the big damage because now they no longer necessarily, you don't have to try and keep them or get them into a slow time. They're always going to be in the slow time as long as you're hitting them with one of your spells. But I think for me, Magic Missile is the one I'm going to be looking at the most here because that's got the Sanctified ability, 10 Magic Missiles shoot out. And, yeah, to me, and you've got, they made a change to Mirror Ball. So now, Mirror Ball, Magic Missile not only fires 2 extra missiles, but also your Magic Missiles deal increased damage. So, to me, that could be nice. That could be nice, especially with the other items that increase your signature spells. That's the one I'm hoping for, because I think that'll be fun to play. Crown of the Primus, now your slow time follows you. So that, to me, also is nice. So you could just technically, I guess you could just go up to an enemy, and now they are affected by slow time, and they'll take damage from your spells. So as long as you're near an enemy, it'll take damage from at least one of these spells. So, but that's kind of nice if you use Crown of the Primus with this build. But the other big change they've made is to Tal Rasha. Basically, you're going to get extra meteors, if I remember correctly. So now every time you cast one of these type of damage types, a meteor of the same damage type is going to fall from the sky. Just can't happen. Same damage type can't happen twice in a row. So I guess you could alternate back and forth between them. And then just every once in a while have to cast something of the other 2 damage types. So you're going to be able to do a lot with Meteor, but obviously you don't have to do just Meteor. You could do, I think Arcane Orb was a possibility here. Whether or not the bonuses to Meteor are going to outweigh the Arcane Orb, I don't know. But they did buff up Smouldering Core. They put some of this bonus damage on here, but you have to be hitting same target consecutively to get this bonus damage. And Meteor Twilight now adds on an extra 3 to 400% increased damage to Meteor. So my only concern about the Tal Rasha, you know, the maximum bonus damage for the 6-piece is only 8,000%. But Legacy of Dreams is almost 10,000%. So I don't know if the extra meteors that you're going to be getting from this are going to be enough to where, you know, why wouldn't you just use the 6-piece? Why wouldn't you just use the Legacy of Dreams Legendary Gem? Because then you'd be doing more damage and you'd be able to use 6 other items, all for just giving up 1 Legendary Gem slot. So that's just something I'm a little concerned with. You know, you could still have the same Meteor build, but you wouldn't have to alternate between damage types or whatever. So you just wouldn't be getting the free meteors. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't know what's going to be better, but there's definitely a lot of different options. I haven't done anything with the PTR, so I don't know what's better, what's worse. I guess it'll be fun to experiment as I go. So I don't know. We'll give it a shot and see what happens. But one of the other things I like to do pre-season. Let's get in here and get rid of this. Just want to go in and take a look at the leaderboards and just have a look and see if, and I went over these in my previous recording, which I messed up, so I already have a head start on looking at some of this stuff. But you know, they didn't do anything to nerf you know, this energy twister build, which is in probably about the mid 140s, going by around 4,000, between 4,000 to 5,000. Paragon. So they didn't do anything to nerf this. So that means that the buffs from the other builds have got to be pretty good buffs to get some of those builds caught up to this. Otherwise, why would anyone play those other builds when this just outperforms those builds? Now you've got the Arcane Orb from the Sanctified thing, and you've got the Magic Missile from the Sanctified ability, but you've also got Storm Armor, which that in and of itself should enhance this build. I don't know about how much. Maybe not much. Maybe it's not going to do anything compared to Magic Missile and Arcane Orb. I don't know, but you know, if you go by, you can't really go by Tal Rasha because, you know, there's too many changes to really see. But I mean, they didn't really change Delsa all that much, you know, and it's, you know, probably mid 130s, so it's 10 greater rift levels behind, and this is with an Arcane Orb type setup. So you get the Sanctified ability, which should increase this a little bit. that's about it, right? And you get a little bit extra defense because it's 75% damage reduction. This person isn't even using Crown of the Primus. So, you know, are you going to get really huge improvement on this build from just the Sanctified abilities and from... I mean, that's it, really. I mean, you got a little bit extra defense, but that's about it. So, if you just took just this build and just add on the Sanctified ability for the extra Arcane Orb, is it going to increase it 10 greater Rift levels? I don't think so. Okay, but now you could throw Magic Missile, the Magic Missile thing in here. So you would have, obviously, your things that boost up signature spells and or just Magic Missile. And of course, you've got an energy twister type of setup here. So if you took, you know, this energy twister type of setup and used it with Delsa, wow, I can't imagine that being better than this, coming close to this. So. And you got no Sanctified ability other than Storm Armor. But you would lose, you know, 6 items. Maybe. I don't think so. And they didn't do anything with Veer, with Archon, so this will be just, you know, it's normal, whatever it is. Looks like mid 130s for Veer. Typhon is my favorite. I like the Hydra, but it didn't really do all this. It's also mid 130s. No Storm Armor here. You'd have to throw a Storm Armor on here somewhere to get some kind of benefit from a Sanctified ability. Looks like this would gain absolutely no benefit from Sanctified ability, unless you're going to give up... I never used Black Hole with mine, so... it's not going to gain that much of a benefit. The other builds are going to gain a benefit too, so... from at least Storm Armor. Firebirds... Looks like 140, so this is kind of in between what Delsa is now and Energy Twister. So this is going to gain 0 benefit from Sanctified abilities, Sanctified powers. Yeah, unless you put Storm Armor on here, but... So, I don't know. I mean, I guess there's a lot of possibilities. I'm just thinking that this type of setup here still gonna be the best setup. I can't see the other builds getting... They didn't nerf this at all. This is not nerfed. I just can't see the other builds being able to catch up to this energy twister type of setup. Now, I don't use this type of setup. I've not used it with Archon. But I don't know. Guess just have to wait and see. Give it a try. Alright. Well, the other thing that I want to do pre-season is I want to learn the challenge rift. I made a big mistake a couple of seasons ago. One of the things that you're supposed to do. All right, let me start up a new recording, and I will gonna practice the challenge rift. Okay, I will be right back.